Good morning, Stampin' friends. This is Dee Osburn, and this is my second video, and I'm super nervous about doing this. It's, like I said, only the second time that I've done it. Um, but I'm jumping in here and I'm making some YouTube videos. So my name is Dee Osburn. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am today going to show you how to make some quick and easy Christmas thank you cards, because we always need thank you cards at Christmas, right? Well, we need them all the time, but especially at Christmas. So these are super quick and easy. I'll be using some stamps that might be retired or that you aren't available anymore, but I'll also show you how to use this technique with any stamps that you have. So if there's some that you see that you like, I'm going to have a link below to all the things that I've used, and I'm going to show you how to do this. But first, I have to give a shout out to my grandson, Bodie. Hi, Bodie. I love you, buddy. All right, so let's get started. Let's make some cards. Okay, so again, my name is Dee Osburn. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. My website is debeststamping.stampinup.net, and if you go on and place an order, the host code for October is 7SBZSN9P. And if your order is less than $150, use this code and I will send you a little gift. And if it's 150 or more, then you'll be eligible for Stampin' Rewards right there on the website, and you'll get some free things there. So, all right, let me show you what we're going to be doing. I am going to start by using this stamp set. This is the Textures and Frames, and it was part of the celebration that just ended. You can't get this set anymore, but if you do have it, I'm going to show you how to make some great cards. I'm also going to show you some sets that are current that you can use the same technique to make some really super cute cards that are just like the one that we're going to do with this set. Okay, so here's the cards. Put this to the side. So really simple and easy, right? So there's 3 examples of this card using the Textures and Frames stamp set. Okay. I'm going to show you how to do these. And as you can see, I've done a couple of different things. The way that I put the paper on here and the color of the thank you and the thank you stamp. So this thank you stamp is from Peaceful Moments. And that is a current stamp set. And I will have the link below for that. This thank you is part of Blended Seasons, which is an older stamp set, and I don't believe that you can get this anymore, but there's that one. But you can use any thank you. It doesn't have to be this one or the other one. Any thank you that you have will work perfectly right here. All right, so we're going to do this. I'm going to show you how to do it, and then at the end, well, I'll just show you now. I'm also going to show you how to make this with some current stamps. And also, I haven't put this one together yet, but here's one as well, okay, with some current stamp sets. All right, so let's get started. I'll show you how to do this. So I'll show you the inks that we're going to use today. We're going to use Cherry Cobbler, Garden Green, Crushed Curry, Crumb Cake, and where's my other one? Here it is. Shaded Spruce. I love Shaded Spruce. This is such a beautiful, great Christmas color. These are all great Christmas colors, and they work really nicely together. And I'll have a link below for all of these things if you don't have these and you'd like to get them. All right. Any Christmas colors will work, though. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use this stamp from the Textures and Frames stamp set. And we're going to use our cherry cobbler. And there's really there's really no wrong way to do this. That's why it's so great and so quick and fast and easy. I'm just taking a full sheet of basic white, 8.5 by 11 sheet of basic white. You could do a 12 by 12 even, okay? And I'm just going to ink up with some cherry cobbler, okay? And I'm just going to stamp. I'm going to go there, and then I'm not going to stamp ink up again. I'm just going to keep stamping, okay? And then I'm going to ink up, and see how I turned it? There's no right or wrong way. I'm going to stamp there, and then I'm going to stamp there. I'm going to ink up, stamp, stamp, and I'm just turning it. And you know, it doesn't matter that it does that. It just gives it some character, kind of a vintagey look. I actually love it when it does that. It doesn't matter that it doesn't stamp perfectly clean on with this technique. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp, and I'm just kind of randomly stamping here and there. I think I'll go this way with this one, and again this way. Okay. So then I'm going to take my little Stampin' Scrub. If you guys don't have one of these, oh my word, this thing is wonderful. You clean your stamp. This is the wet side. You spray it with the stamp cleaner, and then this side you dry it, and then your stamp is nice and clean again. And as we all know, the photopolymers, they don't look clean, but they are. They tend to hang on to some of that color, right? I'm also going to use the cherry cobbler for this stamp. Okay, so, but this time when I ink up, I'm going to stamp off first, because you see, I want this one to be just a little bit lighter. Okay, so I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm just going to stamp on, and I'm going to go 3 times without re-inking. And then I'm going to ink, I'm going to stamp off, and since my lightest one was here this time, I'm going to go dark. And then I'm going to ink, stamp off. And there's just no real, you know, there's no set rule as to how you should stamp this, like where exactly the placement should be. Yeah, you're just filling up the page. Just filling up the page. So we're done with the cherry cobbler. So we'll put that to the side. And I think I want to do the garden green next. Okay, open up my garden green, and I'm going to use this one for the garden green, and I'm going to do the same thing like I did with this one, where I ink it. Okay, so I'm going to ink it, and then the really dark one. This is going to be really dark, so I might think about going there, and then see how it's half. So then I might put the other half there. Now I have it inked off, stamped off. And that's okay if it does that. If you don't like that, you can use one of these. Okay, we can try that. You can use one of these, and that will help keep that from, you know, having that blank spot. Okay, so we're going to go really dark there, and then a little bit lighter. See, it does help that. And then a little bit lighter. And then I'm going to ink up. And I'm going to go dark. A little bit lighter. A little bit lighter. I think I'm going to put one more. I'm going to stand over here on this one because I don't want to get the ink on my pad. So there. And I think I might just do a little one right there. Okay. All right. So clean my stamp. And that I'm done with the garden green now. I'm going to use shaded spruce. Okay, and for the shaded spruce one, we're going to use this stamp. I love this stamp. I love this. And I love how Stampin' Up! Is putting the images on here, because then you can just put them back and, oh, you know exactly which one. If you use it for something else, you know which one you used and which one you got to go find because it's stuck to a block somewhere, right? Okay, here we go. And I'm going to ink up my shaded spruce. Let me get this situated. Okay, ink up my shaded spruce. And, you know, you have to decide if you want it to go this way or if you want it to go this way. And then you're going to ink up again. And I think I might put one right here and one right there. And I don't mind those spots, so I'm going to leave them. One right there. And like I said, if you don't like those spots, then go ahead and get one of these pads. It's a piercing pad, I believe is what it's called. And put it under your paper, and it will take care of that problem for you. Okay. Looks like I feel like I have something. Let me clean this. I feel like I have something on my stamp. There we go. That's better. Okay. I think that's probably good. Clean that. All right. And then, it doesn't look like much now, but when we put it all together, it is so pretty. All right, so the next one is going to be Crumb Cake. And see how fast this is? And I'm going to be able to cut this paper up and have 4 thank you notes. Like, boom, 4 thank you notes, right? And, you'll see how quick and fast this is. So I'm going to use this stamp this time. And I don't want this to be, I don't want like a lot of dark brown on here. So I'm going to stamp that off. And then I'm going to stamp it on. And then I'm going to keep stamping it. Stamp it off. And then I'm going to stamp. And I'll stamp right there. And maybe one more right there. And then I'll ink up again. I'll go right there. There. I think I'll ink up. And put one there. And one there. Maybe one right there. So like I said, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Okay, we're going to clean that. Did I lose my... Okay, I feel like I lost you here. Okay, I felt like I lost you there for a second. All right, so I have this. Now the only color I have left, and like I said, it doesn't look like much right now. It looks like kind of a hot mess, right? It's so pretty when you cut it up and put it onto the paper. If it looks like a hot mess, you are doing it right. All right, so we're going to use our crushed curry. You could also use Daffodil Delight if you don't like the boldness of the yellow. I like it because it's kind of like gold, and I like gold at Christmas. So we're going to do this very last one, which is the little dots. Okay. And we're going to do that in the crushed curry. And so I'm just going to ink up, and then I'm just going to fill in spaces where I think it needs a little something extra. And I'm going to be turning my stamp so it goes in lots of different fun directions. And like I said, if you don't have this stamp set, but you really want to make some fast, fun, and easy thank you notes like this, same technique, you can really use any stamp set. Okay, so I also used the Whimsical Trees stamp set, and I will show you. Let's see, that one is this one. I used Whimsical Trees, as you can see. Here I have the tree and the ornaments and the holly and the word joy. And then I took just some little dots from another set. I don't even remember what set it was. Mary Moose, I think, maybe. But any little dots will work, okay? You could even use these dots and just not ink up the whole thing. So easy, easy, easy little card to make. All right, so now we have our fully stamped 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So we are going to trim it now. We're going to cut it up, and I'm going to cut it at 5 by 3 3/4, which is going to be like this size. And I'm going to show you this one as well. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I've cut that piece of paper into 4 pieces that are 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, so I have 4 of these, 3, 4. Okay, and then I also have these extra little scrap pieces that I can make another card if I would like, or several more cards if I would like. Okay, nice little embellishment here. And even if I'm scrapbooking, I could use some of these to use as a border piece for a picture. Lots of things that you can do with those scraps. Don't throw them away. Use them. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this. I took a piece of shaded spruce and I cut it at 5.5, and this is 8.5, and then I scored it at 4.25. Okay, so you take your full sheet of paper and you cut it at 5.5, right? Because it's already 8.5, right? So you turn it and you cut it at 5.5, and then you score it at 4.25. Okay, so that's your card base. Then I took a piece of cherry cobbler and I cut it at 5.25 by 4. So it's just a 1/4 inch smaller on both sides. And then I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to glue it to the front. Look how cute that is. And you could turn it if you want. I think I like it like that, just a tiny bit better. Okay, so we're going to glue all that together. Let's do that super quick. I feel like I should have Christmas music playing in the background. So you're going to put that on there. I love the glue. I used to use the tape, but I love the glue because you get just that extra little second or two to position it exactly where you want it. And I don't know, if you're like me, you need that little extra second there because it doesn't always go on perfectly straight. See, I just have a little time to make that go on there perfectly, right? Okay. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to save these and do these later. Okay, but there I have 3 more, right? So I'm going to take that, and now I have my card. So I'm going to stamp my thank you. And I have this, I think I could use this ribbon, right? Or I could use, and this is a shaded spruce ribbon, or I could use this. This is actually, I believe this is real red. Yes, this is real red. Okay, and that's okay. It's so dark that it looks like cherry cobbler, and it goes on there very nicely. So I think I'm going to use that. I like the red. I think I want a red one this time. I'm going to cut myself a little ribbon. And I have, when you trim your paper, you're going to end up with all kinds of little scraps like this. So keep them. keep them in a little cellophane bag because they are perfect for your sentiment. Okay, so I'm going to take my thank you, and I think I'm going to use the cherry cobbler again. What did I do with it? Escaped. It is. Okay, I'm going to use this cherry cobbler. And I'm going to ink up my thank you. Again, remember this thank you is from Peaceful Moments, which is a current stamp set. And I'm just going to stamp it onto this little oh, you guys couldn't see that. So there you go. I stamped it onto that little strip. And then you can cut, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one at an angle right here. You could keep it straight. It's whatever you like, right? So I'm just going to cut it like that. Okay. I'll put a little bit of glue right on the center of the back so that I can adhere it to this this ribbon. Just like that. And then I'm going to trim the ribbon, and I'm going to make it like that and like that. Okay. And then I like things to kind of pop up. I like to have a little bit of dimension. You have to be careful when you pop things up a little bit because it might cost you a little bit more to mail it because they don't go through the machine if they're too lumpy bumpy is what I call them. So you have to be a little bit careful about that. And but this will be fine. This is only just a tiny little bit. It'll go through just fine like this. And you can put it wherever you like. You could put it here, down here. You could put it up in the center. I kind of like kind of centered. So there we have it. There is your Christmas thank you. And I have 3 more that I can slap down onto some paper real quick. And I have 4 thank you notes, super quick and easy. Now, if you, like I said, if you don't have this set, you don't need it. You could make one like this with the whimsical trees. Okay, or if you don't have that, well, you can get it because you can go to my website and you can order it. Or if you're gonna use something that you have, that's what I did with this one as well. And I'm just going to adhere this one on here like I did the other one, and it'll look like this. And I'll show you what stamp sets I used for this one. Okay, I haven't glued that down yet, but you get the idea. And again, I could use either this ribbon or you could use white ribbon or whatever you have, right? You could use the red. Super cute, right? I used Gorgeous Grunge. I used this one for Gorgeous Grunge, but any dots that you have will work. I could have used this and I could have used this. I mean, you just kind of could use pretty much anything. I used Cheers to the Year, and I used this piece and this piece. Could have used this one and this one, right? Super cute, right? Could have used this. I mean, the possibilities are endless. I used Butterfly Basics, and I used this one, right? And then I used Work of Art. I think a lot of these might be retired, but and I used this one and this one. And I'm just trying to show you that you go through your stamp sets and pick out some images that are similar, you know? And I thought, I didn't use this one, but I thought, how cute would that be? Very Versailles. And maybe just use like half of it and really stamp off the brown and have that in the background. I thought, ooh, how beautiful that would be, right? I'm going to have to make one like that, right? That would be just so gorgeous. You could use some of these other elements as well. So go through your stamp sets and see what you have and make some thank you cards because 'tis the season, right? All right. So again, D. Osburn, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. My website is dbeststamping.stampinup.net. The host code for October is 7SBZSN9P. If you liked this video, please click the like button below and subscribe. Oh, that would make me super happy. So if you could do that, that would be amazing. And go make yourself some Christmas thank you notes. People love getting thank you notes. They love being appreciated, and we should appreciate all the people in our lives, right? And this is a great way to do it. So get out there and make up some quick and easy thank you notes. And thanks for watching. Until next time.